Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, we're going to be doing a tier list ranking of all the classes in Season of Discovery. This is following up the rune breakdown series that we've been doing. Now that we've done them all, I figured I'd take that knowledge, as well as my experience with the game, put it all in one nice tier list for you guys to sort of help to decide what you want to play when SOD comes out tomorrow. Now, I put a lot of thought in this, as well as taken a lot of time to analyze this classes and specs. But at the end of the day, this is very opinionated. We don't have raw data. There's no way to have data that can back up these claims. What we can do, we can only see the runes and know how classic functions and apply that to it. So I hope you guys enjoy. But anyway, before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to switch it over here to this nice little tier list that I have made. And so we have 4 tiers. I think that's the fairest. And we're just going to go ahead and get in it. The first one is going to be Warlock, and I think Warlock is going to be S tier. Warlock really got everything they could ever want in Classic. They're also getting tank form. They will have unmatched AoE, especially at level 25 with all the kits, and they will have very low mana problems, whereas that's going to be a big one for a lot of the classes, is running out of mana and not being able to use all their spells. Warlock has no problem with that, as well as Warlock gets Affliction too, so they'll have a lot of dotting and stuff that they will be able to use because there is no debuff cap that we have seen so often, and that's what really gimped Warlocks in Classic. Now next I have Druid, and I have it at S tier as well. And now, while Druid Kit is not fully fledged out at level 25, Cats will bring Wind Fury to the Alliance, which will be amazing. At 25, I'm not sure if Shamans have Wind Fury Totem or not, so Horde might be wanting that Cat as well. Cat gets a ton of new spells, such as Mangle, and that's just a really, really good one. And then Balanced Druid, I think, is going to be really overpowered, mainly because their Wrath Augment allows them to cast unlimited Wrath, and they'll never run out of mana with that, as well as they get Star Surge, which will be a big cooldown for them to use. We'll know more when we're able to test this, obviously, but I really think Balanced Druid will be really, really good, competing with mages at the very least, maybe even warlocks. Then Resto gets a lot of spells like Wild Growth and Life Bloom. Those will be really cool to see in Classic. Wild Growth specifically, just popping that, every 6 seconds, healing the entire 40-man raid. It'll be cool to see where that sort of falls in healing and in raid meta when we get later in. But I think Druid has the most fun, exciting, interesting spells. While their kit might not be there, I definitely think you will have an amazing time playing Druid. Next, we have Paladin. We're going to put Paladin at A tier because Ret is going to be insanely good. It is definitely going to be way better than Warrior at 25 with all the melee DPS specs that it gets. But if you're Horde, you will not be able to play Paladins, and that just kind of sucks because they'll be all playing Warriors. But anyway, as well as Ret being a real spec and having a lot of its TBC and Wrath of the Lich King spells, they made Paladin tanks very, very good. They got all their taunts, threat abilities, and just so many, and Avenger Shield will be the Wrath version of it, not the one that you have to cast. So Pally tanks will also be amazing. And then I think H-Pally is sleeper going to be OP, but Paladins right now in Classic, if you are Paladin, you have to heal, so I'd imagine they're not going to be too many, but they get Beacon of Light and a few other spells that I think will make them really desired. Next, we have Hunter. So I'm putting Hunter in the A tier as well, because Hunter is going to get Kings, and Blessing of Kings is going to be insane for the Horde because normally that is going to be a Paladin thing, as well as the Hunters also get an increased 10% stats on top of that when they run it, just to make up for them being in the aspect of the line the entire time. As well as that, Hunters also get they get a melee build, which could be interesting and fun to do, as well as a sort of marksman sniper build where you stay far away and stationary and just blast, which will be cool to see if those interactions can work really well in Classic, or if they're going to have a more mobile build. But even if they have that, BM builds also get quite buff so that you can have a lot of damage through your pet. So I think Hunters will do great damage, as well as they will bring a lot of utility to the raid that they no longer brought. Next, we have Rogue. Now, I'm putting Rogue in the A tier as well. I thought about putting it in B tier, but Rogue is going to be the PvP gods. They get a build. They have all their Rogue kit just normally, as well as Rogues get a lot of ranged spells that can stun and slow, sort of utilizing their bow or gun that they have, and so that'll be really cool to see. As well as they get like Shadow Strike, where if they're stealth they can just open by teleporting behind someone and stabbing them for some damage. It'll be really interesting to see how much Rogue PvP is going to be. I think they're the best by far at PvP with all the spells they got. And then on a PvE side, they did get their poison build, as well as they will be able to tank. So Rogue, I think, got some really good unique changes that we haven't seen too much, and so that is why I put it at A tier. Next, we have Mage. So I thought about Mage at A tier, but I'm going to put it at B tier because its spells aren't really crazy. Nothing really stuck out to me. It didn't jump out as something that would be really fun. While it might be good at damage just based on that, you're just going to be casting Frostbolt, Firebolt like you did in Classic. It is going to be more of the same. The only reason I did not put it in C tier is because it gets a healing spec. However, that healing spec, it just doesn't seem too good. It seems like it costs a ton of mana, and I'm not really sure, just reading the spells, how it's going to be how it's going to be a stable healer when you have paladins and priests and shamans just having really amazing healing specs as well. Next, we have Shaman. So I'm putting Shaman in B tier right now, only because at 25, their kit is just, it's not there to be enhancement or Ellie, and so it's like the spells might be able to carry them, the runes that they're getting. However, I think they really need to be a higher level to get more of their kit to be something that can be used very well. However, I put it in the B tier because I believe Shaman Tank will be really cool and exciting to see. Every spec that gets that new fun feature, it'll be really awesome to sort of see Shaman Tanks, because people have memed about them, tried to do them for so long, and so Blizzard finally gave them the runes to do that. And it's just going to be really cool to see. I love all this flexibility and what we're going to see with classes. Then finally, Priest is going to be at C tier because I don't really see anything that's exciting for Priest. It was very meh. All their spells and runes are just things that you get later expansions, and while it'll be cool in Classic, it just wasn't too exciting for me. Shadow, maybe at 60 with all the runes that he gets, might be a viable spec, and at that point we will see. Well, no, I'll definitely admit I was wrong, but Shadow Priest just doesn't seem very good. And then the Healing Priest just gets spells they get in TBC and Wrath. Nothing new, nothing unique. I think they could have done like almost a Holy Priest range DPS build or something like that. That would be really cool, but they just sort of got healing spells right now. And well, maybe I could be wrong, but that's where I put it because of that. Then Warrior. I'm putting Warrior at C tier because for a very similar reason. Their spells are just very basic, passive, just do more damage, or instead of pressing Heroic Strike, press this spell. Nothing really jumped out as crazy. It would have been cool if they gave them, like Titan's Grip, where they could have where they could dual wield two-handers, something like that. Maybe give them Heroic Leap. The most exciting thing I saw is that they can charge in combat and use Charge and Intervene in any stance, but that one isn't going to be a rune you're going to take very often because of the slot it is in and the damage you'll miss out on that extra mobility. So just really kind of, I feel like they wanted to make all the other classes have their spot to shine instead of warriors and mages being those sort of classic hero classes that they were. But anyway, guys, that's it for my tier list breakdown. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you think, if you agree, if you disagree with my placements. Just let me know why. Please keep it respectful, even if you think that I am very, very wrong with this. I just love hearing your comments, having a nice discussion. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in Season of Discovery. Until next time, bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.